What's up, you guys? It's your girl Chrissy, and I am back for another video. So today's video is gonna be pretty quick. I'm just gonna go over some of the things that have been helping my family and I on this healing journey, and also with me having COVID pneumonia, what I've been using, what I've been drinking, what I've been taking, both over the counter, naturally, vitamin wise and antibiotic wise, so I can kind of share that with you guys. I'll share some of the symptoms that I had, and just kind of go over some of the things that have helped us. I feel like Rod and I are about a 7.5 on a scale of 0 to 10, and so we're not 100%, but we have definitely started to feel much better, which is definitely a blessing. I feel like all of the kids, some of them didn't even get sick. Or I'll say some of them didn't even show symptoms. Like the twins have not had any symptoms. Cash did not have any symptoms. Junebug did not have any symptoms. And Blaze and Onyx had very, very light symptoms like cough, runny nose, things like that. But since that has gone away too. So I feel like the ones who did come in contact and test positive, who had symptoms, were very, very, very mild symptoms, cold-like. Actually, Cadence and Cadence and Kaya, that has gone away too. So I feel like the ones who did come in contact and test positive, who had symptoms, were very, very, very mild symptoms, cold-like. Actually, Cadence and Cadence and Kaya were probably the two that actually had bad symptoms the first 2 days. They had the aches and the pains, and they were, throwing up and having really a lot of issues. It lasted about 3 days, and then after that it went to like mild cold symptoms for a few days, and then ever since they've bounced back. However, I still kept everybody home because I did not want to risk exposing anybody at their school with COVID. I just wanted to really make sure everybody had no symptoms, and then I had a chance to get my hands on some at-home tests and retest everybody before sending them back. And that's gonna be I feel like that was the most responsible way to take care of it. Even though a lot of them started feeling better this week, I still kept everybody home just to make sure, especially because I was still having a lot of symptoms, and I just didn't want to risk them taking my symptoms to somebody else's kid. I just can't live with myself like that, okay, y'all? So anyway, I'm starting to feel better. All of the kids are out of 10. They're out of 10. They around here jumping around, acting like they just never, look, listen, they're driving me nuts. They're driving me crazy. If you haven't followed me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram. I just posted a reel. They're around here driving me crazy. I feel like I'm in the big house doing some real time. Okay, I'm really, really doing some time. This whole quarantine has felt like I've been doing time. I don't ever want to know what it really feels like to do time, but if I could ever imagine what it might feel like being quarantined in this house for several freaking days, like not just their break, but an additional like 7 or 8 days after that, has felt like literal punishment. Like I've committed a crime, and I'm yes. Okay, they're mine, and I love them, but that's the way it feels. And I'm going to stick beside them, but I'm going to tell you the truth at the same time, okay? So now that we're getting back to being ourselves again, I am still treating everybody like they're sick, except I'm not making soup every night. We're back to making different dishes. So if you guys are not subscribed to Bay's channel, Rockin' with Rod, please check the link down in the description box below so that you guys can go and support his channel. Because when you support his channel, you support our family, you support me, the kids, all of us as a unit, and we a strong family. We're gonna support each other, right? And also, if you guys are not subscribed to my cooking channel, we are on the road to 100,000, and I know I am going to go ahead and manifest that we will reach 100,000 subscribers on Cooking with Strong Mommy Chrissy. Also, the link to that channel is down below in the description box. Go over and support, because all of our dishes and the fun things that we do with the kids will be on all of these channels. So make sure you subscribe with post notices on for all of them, okay, honey? So I'm gonna just slide on over to the kitchen, and I'm gonna show you guys basically what I have been giving everybody. I think I have a little bit of everything. I'm missing a couple of things because we need to place another order to have some things, replenished, because we've been going through them, okay? But this is a lot of what I've been using for the kids. Everybody has their own special remedy and concoction for like what works best for COVID. I would say do what works best for you. Consult your doctor, of course, before you do any new treatments or any new regimens or anything like that. But I will tell you that a lot of the stuff that I've seen, like I follow a lot of doctors on TikTok that specialize in like COVID ICU patients and things like that. And I've followed them, and I've kind of taken like some of that knowledge that they've been dropping on TikTok, and I've been kind of like going with that too also, just to stay, you know, ahead of the curve. Because you guys, education is the best, like is the best medicine right now. All right, so yeah, you guys, knowledge is going to be the best thing, honestly, I feel like, for all of us to get ahead of this thing. I'm not going to dive into the politics of vaccinations and anti-vax and do I want to go get vaccinated and do I want to get my children vaccinated. I'll just keep that to myself, because I'm one of those types of people. Hey, listen, you know what? Do what works for you. I don't judge you. I feel like everybody should be able to have a choice, and you know, just do what works best for you and your family. I can't judge you for getting vaccinated, and I'm not going to judge you for not getting vaccinated, because I honestly see both sides. So I'm going to keep me out of it, but so we're not going to talk about that here on this channel. Let's just use this video, go down in the comments below, and let's all kind of like swap what's worked for us, and we can have a conversation about it. You never know what you might find. I can guarantee you every single day I get online, I find new information of something else. So, I mean, there's a million different things that people swear work. And what works for, like I said, somebody else may not work for you. So like I said, just take it with a grain of salt. Take this information. Let's just all help each other in the best way that we can. And we'll use this comments down below this video to do that. Also, hit a like for your girl, because it's free and it don't cost you nothing while you're here. Let's go ahead and slide over to the kitchen, and I'll show you guys what's been working for me. And we'll talk down in the comments and see what's been working for you guys. Okay, you guys, so we are over here in my kitchen now, and I showed you guys a quick little overview. I try to pull like a little bit of everything that I've been using. Like I said, there's a couple things that you won't see here, but let's go over what I do have here. So we will start over here on this side. My symptoms from start is coughing, sore throat, headache. I never had a fever. However, I have had nausea this entire time, and I still struggle with it, but it has gotten better. I had shortness of breath, chest tightness, and just a lot of phlegm, and just a lot of labored breathing and things like that of that nature. So those were my main symptoms. Yeah, the coughing and the nausea were probably the most difficult for me. Oh, also fatigue. Fatigue was a big one for me as well. My taste and smell was a little funky. I never lost it completely, but it was a little funky. And Rod's taste and smell never left. However, he has been complaining that everything tastes extremely salty to him. So I feel like his taste buds were rearranged also. So now I'm feeling like my taste is coming back a little bit. So I'm not feeling like, like I said, I never really lost my taste, but I'm feeling more like, you know, I don't have that taste issue, but like things aren't tasting funny, but still, it still ain't all the way 100 yet. So okay, so over here, I've been using lots of organic turmeric, and I actually have been using ground ginger too, but I forgot to pull that out. So I've been using lots of ground turmeric. I made soups the first week that we were all sick every other day, and that's all we were really eating besides, you know, whatever fruits or whatever the kids might want to eat or whatever. Hold on. But for the most part, I did a lot of ground turmeric, a lot of ground ginger, a lot of onion, shallot, and garlic, natural, just lots of these, okay, in our foods. I also used a lot of ginger in our soups, a lot of herbs, not just rosemary, but this is all I have left, but I used rosemary, I used thyme, I used sage, basil, all of those in my soups. And I made a soup, a couple of different soups, but I recorded one of them that I will be editing today, and I'll have that up on my cooking channel hopefully by tomorrow, so that you guys can go check it out. So be sure, like I said, you're down in the description box checking out my other channel, subscribing, and turning on your post notifications so you know when your girl is going to drop that video. I have done soup multiple times on that channel though, so if you want to watch some, I think the last video that I did was actually a soup video over there, so go check that out. I make it pretty much the same way, but I switch it up every time and make it a little bit different. So yeah, anyway, Rod actually picked these up from Walmart, and they're actually like ground ginger cubes. I already used one, and I'm on my second one right now, but he found these, which I thought was really creative, and they're frozen. I'm guessing they're in the frozen section since they're frozen, and they're like little ice cubes, so you can pop them out. You can use them in your drinks, or you can use them in your soups or food or whatever. 16 cubes, and each cube is 1 teaspoon of ginger. And so yeah, this is the brand and everything, and it's really, really good. You can't even really taste it or anything, but I just use 1 cube in my tea. And I've been trying to drink tea at least twice a day, sometimes more. But when I was really, now that I'm feeling better, I do it about twice a day. When I was feeling really, really sick, tea was really all I was drinking. I made sure to keep my body and the kids always warm liquids, warm liquids, warm foods, lots of anything with a broth, and just lots of tea and stuff like that. Honey, I didn't even pull the honey out of raw honey. For my drink, I did have a drink that I made the first week that I was really sick, and I feel like that helped me not get a fever. It helped me not have some of the issues that I could have had. It did not help me as far as the pneumonia, but you know, I've been continuing to drink it, and it basically was bottled water, turmeric, honey, garlic, and lemons. And I had fresh lemons, and I've been using a lot of fresh lemon, but I'm out because I obviously have been using a lot of it. But I've also been using lemon juice as well for taste and flavor when it came to the drink that I made with the ground turmeric. If you guys want that recipe, let me know, and I will either type it or show you how I did it. That was what I drank, and I had raw drinks, some of that. And the kids, when I made that mixture with the honey, the turmeric, the lemon, and the garlic, I had, and the ginger, I just would spoon some into the kids, like their drinks or whatever, just a little bit, just so they would get it, because they wouldn't drink that, obviously. Hold on. I see. Obviously, that was a little too strong for them, so they couldn't just down it like me and Rod were, but you know, we gave them a little bit, and I snuck it in. Okay, your girl got it in there, all right? Also, for the kids, we did lots of Pedialyte, for the kids. They actually like this one. The kiwi berry mist one, actually, I tasted it myself. It tastes really good. This was really good for them. It's really good for the kids to stay hydrated. Honestly, as adults, you can drink this too. I follow a doctor on TikTok, so he says that you should drink at least 1 Powerade or 1 Gatorade a day when you're at home. So I have been drinking Gatorade, Powerade. I don't like Powerade, but I've been drinking Gatorade and giving the kids Pedialyte for our drinks as well. These are the teas that I've been drinking. I've been drinking lemon zinger. This is my favorite tea, because of course it's lemon, and y'all know I love how I feel about lemons, okay? So lemon zinger tea, and then I also like this cinnamon apple spice. I find the kids like that one a lot too. For the nausea, what's really helped me a lot has been ginger ale, and I never really liked ginger ale until I got with Rod, because that was his thing. And I would always do Sprite, but Sprite does not help an upset stomach the way ginger ale does. Okay, y'all, so make sure if you're having nausea issues, drink some ginger ale. I'm not saying it's the most healthiest thing, but it did help, and it does help me when I have little bouts of nausea. Mucinex DM, every doctor that I follow on TikTok and all the doctors that I've talked to myself, my doctors have all said Mucinex DM is definitely what you need. And a lot of you guys told me that too, because I was taking like NyQuil and Tylenol Cold and Flu. And the Tylenol Cold and Flu really did help with my cough, to suppress my cough. I didn't even find that, I don't know, Mucinex, I felt like the pills are just huge, you guys. The pills are just, ooh, like, girl, look at it. They are huge. And I still have my tonsils, and my tonsils are large. And so every time I like take stuff or eat certain things, I feel like it gets caught in my tonsils. That's a whole nother video. Y'all know I got anxiety, okay? So I'm always afraid of choking. That's like a fear of mine. I don't know why. But anyway, so these pills just cause my anxiety to just go extremely through the fucking roof. But I did take them. I have taken them, and they do help. They did help with my cough, suppressing my cough, but I felt like at that point I was already too far gone, because I had pneumonia, and it just really didn't do much for my feeling of my, just with my chest. But it did help me feel like, it did help control my cough over a longer period of time. So, Mucinex, they say take Mucinex when you're having a lot of symptoms with COVID. So that's something to keep in mind, you guys. Tylenol for pain. and things like that. For the kids, I used a lot of the cold and cough because it had a lot of antihistamine, which they say is really good for COVID, and antihistamine. It has a cough suppressant and the nasal decongestant because a couple of the kids had a stuffy nose. I also used ibuprofen as well for the kids because sometimes the Tylenol just would not get it. And I also did use Robitussin cold and cough. This one is the only one that tastes good enough for me to not have to beg or whatever, plead with the kids to take it. And this one, I feel like it says long acting, and I feel like this is the only one that did last long. The Robitussin for the kids lasted really good, but obviously they do make Mucinex for kids. This was fine for mine, but I'd say if your child's having a lot of symptoms, try the Mucinex for kids, okay? Because I know a lot of parents on here really do say that works good. I also had Pepto, but as y'all can see, small, and I have not drank hardly any of that because it's disgusting and I just cannot stomach this, but it does help, okay, with the nausea and the upset stomach. But you know, if I can get away with the ginger ale, I'd rather do that because Okay, and then so that's it as far as like medicines. As far as like medicine, over-the-counter medicines. But I will go ahead and get into the vitamins that I've been taking and we've been taking, and then I'll get into the antibiotics and things like that, what worked, what didn't, blah, 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 blah. So, like I said, Tylenol was a godsend. I've been taking vitamin D3, zinc, and vitamin C. This is 1,000 milligrams. Sorry, my bottle is ugly. I've had it for a long time. So vitamin C, this is 1,000 milligrams. You can take 2 of these a day, but I take 1 of the vitamin C tablets, and then I also drink 1 pack of 1,000 milligram vitamin C plus vitamin D and zinc just to get more of these and this. So I drink 1 of these, and it's orange flavored. I love the orange flavor because I put it in orange juice and you can't even tell you're drinking anything, and you just drink it down and it's down, girl. Okay. Also, they make a kids version of this. This is the Walmart brand, but I also do have the actual emergency super orange flavor, and we have 2 boxes of these and we've been using them a lot. They are really, really good. Like I said, they taste just the same as the ones cheaper, as you already probably know. And I love these. They also make these in a kids version, and we call them fizzy drinks for the kids, and they come in like a raspberry flavor, and they're really, really good. It's easy to get the kids to take them, so if you can find the kids emergency, do that. And then I'm also still doing my vitamin C, vitamin zinc, and my vitamin D3. These are my go-to. And I've been taking my vitamins at night because I find that, I don't know if it's because I'm just taking a lot of them or what, even when I eat, I'm finding that they make my stomach hurt, and I'm nauseous because I'm still fighting with that nausea from COVID. So, yeah, I take all of my medicines, and now that I'm not having as many daily symptoms, I don't have to worry about that. But yeah, I've been taking all of my vitamins and stuff at night. Also, I've been taking my Immune Plus. This has vitamin C, D, and zinc as well, and it also has black elderberry. Except this one's almost gone. I think I only have 1 more left, but I've been taking 2 of these a day, 1 D3, 1 zinc, 1 vitamin C, and then I've also been taking 1 pack of the emergency. So that's my vitamin lineup daily, okay? Except for I took my last one yesterday, so I'll probably take this one, and then I'll have to order some more. Of course, we got our K95 Mask. We've been wearing these around the house. I haven't worn mine now that my symptoms are getting better and that the kids are feeling better. I haven't felt the need to wear them, but these are the masks that we got. They're expensive. They used to not be that expensive, but we got these off Amazon. I believe we paid $50 for 50 masks or something like that. Another thing real quick that I forgot to add is that we use a lot of this Vicks Vapor Rub. This helped a lot without me and Rod's cough, surprisingly. I didn't think it was going to help because my cough was so terrible, but the Vapor Rub helped so much, just soothe my chest and my cough in the first couple of days when I was really struggling. So I use this for the kids as well. Obviously, it's gone. We've been using that pretty liberally. And then also I made a steam pot on the stove with just chopped lemons, some herbs, and I scooped some of this out into it, and I just breathed that in. I had the kids breathing in, really just kind of trying to get any type of relief, and that helped a lot. It did help a lot. these Halls Soothe honey vanilla flavor. I hate cough drops because they're so strong. I do not like the mentholatum, like the menthol part of them. So I like the ones that are like soothing, that have like honey or lemon, that taste better, because those are easier for me to suck on, and they really, really help. These taste good and they help so much. They really taste like vanilla candy. They're so good and they helped. Also, I bought these ones too, the honey lemon. These ones were not bad at all from Walmart. The honey lemon cough drops were actually good too. So I use these a lot for coughing, to suppress my cough, and it really helps a lot. When I went to the hospital because I had pneumonia, they gave me a pulse ox there. I was so grateful for this because I was going to order one, but they're like $50 online, you guys. They're expensive. So this is like a little portable mini pulse ox so that you can keep track. I would say that if you are sick right now, and especially when you're coughing and having, you know, tightness of your chest like I did, and a little bit of shortness of breath, and just like really, you know, concerned about yourself, just to make sure you are getting enough oxygen into your blood, please make sure you buy a pulse ox. And like I said, I was lucky enough to get one from a nurse when I went in. Any finger, I've even tried it on toes, like the kids' feet. It won't stay still. So like my oxygen level right now is a 96. As long as it's not lower than and it went up. As long as it's not lower than like 92, you're okay. You're good. You know you got oxygen flowing through your body, and you know you're good. So reassuring for both myself and the kids. That was a godsend. Okay. When I first got sick, I did not have a thermometer. Like, I had one of these, but I don't know what happened to it. So I ordered another one off Amazon. I believe this was like $25. And it's the infrared thermometer. And basically, you just point and shoot. I love this one because I don't got to worry about fighting with the kids. Let me take my temperature real quick. You just point it at your forehead, and that's my temperature right now, you guys. I'm having good oxygen, no temp fever. Last but not least, you guys, these are some of the medicines that I got for being sick. But this is, what is this? But this is prednisone, and this is albuterol, and this is azithromycin. Okay, so this is how this went. When I first went to the doctor and I found out that I had COVID, I found out I had COVID at home. We did an at-home test. When I went to the doctor to get that confirmed, because I just couldn't believe it, y'all. I just could not believe I had COVID. After 2 years, I just couldn't believe it. So what they gave me there was a cough syrup, which is here. They gave me this cough syrup, which is called brofamine. And so they gave me that, which did nothing but made me sleepy. That's all it did, was knock me out, make me drowsy. It did not help me. And they only had me taking 5 mLs of that, which wasn't even enough. I ended up, which wasn't even enough to do anything. It was like literally just, it didn't help at all. But so they gave me the albuterol inhaler for, you know, just chest tightness and coughing. And then they gave me prednisone. When I first went in, I had cough, I had a little bit of a sore throat, I was fatigued, but I did not feel that horrible. Just wanted to get on top of things and give me the cough syrup. Obviously, I was coughing currently, but I think they gave me the prednisone and the albuterol inhaler just to help the cough symptoms. And of course, they told me the prednisone was going to open up my airways, make it easier for me to breathe, you know, kind of help that cough stop and things like that. So they had me taking one of these a day for 5 days. And to be honest, I did not have any chest tightness or any issues until after I came home, started hitting the inhaler and this dang on prednisone. Now, I don't have a problem with prednisone. It's helped me in the past. It does help if you are already having issues. I think taking it caused me to have more issues because my chest was fine. I wasn't having chest issues, at least it felt fine. But, you know, I could have had pneumonia and didn't even know, and it just wasn't, you know, but I felt fine chest-wise. I just had all these other symptoms that were making me miserable, and I felt like the chest issues happened after I came home and started messing with my chest, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Things to open up your chest and blah, 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 and I wasn't having chest issues, although I was coughing. You know what I mean? I didn't feel any pain or discomfort in my chest. So it wasn't until after I came home and I was doing these for a few days that I started having issues. So Yeah, I'm not taking those right now. I keep the prednisone. I'm going to keep the prednisone, though, just in case. But right now, I feel like I'm not going to need this. And then the inhaler, that's always good to have just for, you know, it's always good to have the inhaler on hand. But I also feel like that did not help me at all. Then after being on those for a few days, I was really starting to freak out because I was not feeling better. Rod was starting to feel a little bit better. The kids had already been feeling better. And I was the only one still feeling like crap. And you guys know, when I was in the hospital, when I went to the hospital the first time, I watched this video because they sent me this video, information about COVID. And my silly ass wanted to be Miss COVID, you know, I don't know, head of the COVID Know-It-All Association. I don't fucking know. I clicked on the video knowing I have anxiety, knowing I worry. And I clicked on the video, watched the video, and all it did was fucking worry me worse, even though I tried not to let it. It ended up coming back up in a couple days later. I'll tell you that in a minute. Anyway, I watched the video, and the video is basically saying that, you know, people who end up in the hospital, end up intubated, ending up, you know, whatever, having major issues. It goes on a scale. Like, you'll start out feeling okay, you know, you'll feel like you're actually getting better, you'll feel better, you'll have no symptoms, and then all of a sudden after like day 7 or 8, you'll just crash and you'll start having all these symptoms and you can't breathe and you're in the hospital and you're, you know, and I was like, damn, you know what I'm saying? I hope that doesn't happen to me. And then after I get home for a few days and I'm taking this albuterol, this cough syrup, and this damn prednisone, I'm at day 7 and I'm starting to feel worse than I did at days 3, 4, and 5. And I'm like, oh, shit. Oh, Lord, don't take me now. I got kids to raise, baby. Okay. I don't have a singing voice, but that's how I was. You know, when you get nervous and you just start singing and shit, that's how I was. I was like, oh my God. You know, this video is telling me that if I get sick after day 7, I'm a goner, damn near. And I'm over here freaking out. So I literally had a panic attack. And Rod had to calm me down. One of the kids, I think, fell or something like that, and he bumped his face. It was Junebug. He bumped his face, and he was bleeding out of his tooth was bleeding a little bit, and it just caused me to have an anxiety attack. So I just was like, I can't breathe. I'm coughing. I'm freaking out because I'm like, I'm not feeling well. I'm still feeling sick. This is before I found out I had pneumonia, you guys. And I'm like, I can't, I got to go back to the hospital. Because for like 3 or 4 days, I was telling myself, I'm going to be okay. You know, I'm fine. This is just a part of the sickness. You have shortness of breath, things like that is completely normal. And then, you know, one night, like I said, I had an anxiety attack, and I was like, so thank God for my anxiety that night. I was like, I can't stay home and have these symptoms. I can't stay home and feel like this because this type of shit is serious. You know, I had no chest issues, and now all of a sudden I'm having major chest issues. So anyway, you guys, not to be running my mouth forever, but that's kind of what happened. So I immediately the next day went to the doctor and I told them, you know, I'm having trouble breathing. They put me on all types of monitors. They took blood work. Then they did an x-ray. They made sure I had no blood clots, which I did not, thank God. Then they took the x-ray. The x-ray showed I had pneumonia. So when I was there, they ran a pack of azithromycin and they gave me another antibiotic called OMICRON. I don't know much about it. I just remember the name because, you know, you got to remember what these people are putting in your body. So they gave me a red pill, and it was OMICRON, 1 dose. They didn't send it with me at home, just 1 dose of OMICRON and 1 pack of azithromycin. And then they gave me this mycin for my chest issues, my shortness of breath, and my coughing was the only thing that really helped me. But obviously that's because I have pneumonia and I didn't just have regular COVID symptoms. I had something a little bit more serious. So this really did help me feel much better. However, the azithromycin amplifies my nausea like 1,000 times. I was fucked up. Excuse my language. I was fucked up. The first day I took the two dose because Rod, bless his heart, went to the pharmacy and got my prescription, brought it home, and I took it immediately. And he didn't tell me before I took it that I had to eat. So it was coming out of both ends that day. It was just horrible. Okay. It was just horrible. But after that, when I ate the next day and took my 1 pill, it wasn't as bad, but it still was like, it amplified the nausea that I'm already struggling with. You know, it's worth having an x-ray and having them give you azithromycin or whatever prescription they see fit for you, because it really did help bring up the rest of that gut. My energy level has been higher. I haven't had as many, like I'm not coughing as bad. My chest is not hurt. And I feel like I said, I'm getting on the other end of this thing. That was a little bit lengthy, but I wanted to show you guys everything that we've been using. Like I said, now my symptoms are just fatigue, nausea, and the cough. I don't have any other real bad symptoms I'm complaining about, thank God, right now. And I hope that it stays that way, and I hope that I can just continue to kick this thing in the ass. You guys, I'm gonna keep saying it. Thank you so much for your prayers. Thank you so much for your well wishes, for checking on us, you guys, and making sure we're okay. I love you guys for that. My love for y'all runs so deep. Strong fam for life. And I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.